Let's think a little bit about the origin of April Fool's Day, which today we associate with a day for folks to play jokes on each other and trick each other. But its history actually goes far back. Some folks will cite the Canterbury Tales as maybe the first time that something like April Fool's was invoked, and there's many cultures that make some references to it, but it actually goes all the way back to the original Roman calendar. Notice that in the original Roman calendar, there are only 10 months. We eventually have 2 months added at the beginning of the calendar. You have January and you have February. And then later on, in honor of Julius Caesar, Quintilis gets renamed July for Julius, and Sextilis gets renamed August in honor of Augustus Caesar. But the reason why I even bring this up in relation to April Fool's Day is because the original Roman calendar did start in March. And even after January and February were added, as we go into the Middle Ages, in much of Europe, March was considered by many folks to be the beginning of the new year. As you might know, on average, we have 365.25 days in a year. This is an approximate number. And the way that we handle this 0.25 of a day today is with leap years. That on leap years, we have an extra day on February 29th. But in the original calendar, even once January and February were added, that was not handled in February. That was handled in April. It turns out that we went straight from March 31st to April 2nd in most years, except on leap years. Every fourth year, we would add in an April 1st. And so April 1st always had this magical property to it. Although when we go back to ancient Roman times, it wasn't associated with playing tricks on each other. And the way that it actually got associated with being foolish or fools is a little bit of an accident of pronunciation. It turns out that later on, as we go into modern times, when we shifted the leap day from April 1st to February 29th, it was actually done by a planner for the British Empire named Josiah Pools. And his main motivation is that his daughter April, who was named after her birth month, was born on April 1st. And he didn't want her to suffer the situation of only having a birthday every 4 years. And he decided to informally then call April 1st April Fool's Day. And eventually this just got mispronounced as April Fool's Day, and people decided to say, hey, it's called April Fool's Day. Maybe we should start doing foolish things and playing tricks on each other. But if we really think about who is to thank for this day, I only have one thing to say: April Fools.